Hello, I'm Ayako Sekiguchi from Wellness Kitchen. Today, I'm going to introduce a very convenient way to store cabbage. Cabbage is also known as chucroot. There are types that are fermented with lactic acid bacteria, but this time I'll be using vinegar so you can eat it right away. It's not likely to fail, it's easy to store, and I wanted to introduce a simple recipe like that. By using vinegar, it can help prevent glycation and high blood pressure, and it's also expected to have benefits like relieving constipation and improving beauty, so it's convenient to have it prepared and ready to use. It's going to be a recipe, so please watch until the end. Okay. In Wellness Kitchen, the theme is making changes starting from your diet. We continuously deliver information to help both your mind and body feel better, so please be sure to subscribe to our channel. By combining cabbage and vinegar, you can expect various health benefits. Cabbage is a nutritious vegetable and it contains a good balance of insoluble and soluble dietary fiber. It's a vegetable and it's also a vegetable that's rich in vitamin C. There's also a component called cabbagin, which is actually where cabbage gets its name, and it's also the name of a stomach medicine. It helps support stomach function. Another thing is that cabbage contains isothiocyanate, a unique compound found in cruciferous vegetables which helps detoxify the liver and has antioxidant properties. By finely chopping cabbage, these beneficial compounds become more active. That's how isothiocyanate is produced. It's also known that when it enters the body, isothiocyanate can be produced by intestinal bacteria. So keeping your gut environment healthy is very important for producing various beneficial compounds. That's why it's so effective and amazing. It's recommended to take about 1 to 2 tablespoons of vinegar every day. Vinegar helps cleanse your intestines, so it's not only great for dieting, but it also helps prevent glycation, which is important for anti-aging. Plus, it's a fermented food that improves your gut environment. So combining it with cabbage can have a synergistic effect. Eating it at the beginning of your meal is the most effective, but you can also enjoy it as a side dish with meat dishes or use it in all kinds of recipes. I really want to introduce you to these combinations. Here are the ingredients. For the cabbage, you'll need about 1/4 of a head. If you have a larger cabbage, just use 1/4 of it. Next is the vinegar. This time I'm using rice vinegar, but you can also use apple cider vinegar or black vinegar. Please use whichever one you prefer. Any kind is fine, so please use your favorite. This is the basic way to make pickled cabbage. This time, I want to try making it using a storage bag, so the method will be even simpler. For the cabbage, just shred it thinly. Once you've shredded the cabbage, just put it into the bag like this, and it's super easy. You can cut it finely or leave it a bit thicker if you like. Just slice it however you prefer, and that's totally fine. When you shred the cabbage like this, the nutrients change from the cross section of the cabbage, turning into beneficial components like isothiocyanate. This is about 1/4 of a cabbage, so it's quite a lot, but that's okay. If you use a large storage bag, it's easier to mix, so I recommend it. Now let's add salt to the cabbage. I'm adding a small amount of salt at a time, little by little. If you're concerned about the salt, you can reduce the amount a little and it will still turn out fine. When mixing the salt, it's easier if you mix all the seasonings together in advance. That way they dissolve easily and it's more fun. So I'll combine all the seasonings for this dish first. Sometimes the honey doesn't dissolve completely, but if you mix everything together like this and the honey is still hard, you can microwave it a little and it will melt quickly. Then I'll pour it in here. Next, I'll mix it well in the bag so that the seasoning spreads evenly throughout. Lightly remove the air like this and seal it tightly. Also, turn the eggplant over like this so it fries evenly. Adjust the seasoning to your liking and then let it sit in the refrigerator overnight in this state and it will be ready. You really don't need to forcefully press or squeeze the cabbage or try to mix the seasoning in too much. Just let the seasoning coat everything gently and that's enough. The cabbage will naturally absorb the flavors as it sits, so there's no need to overdo it. Don't try to squeeze out the water, just store it in the refrigerator as it is. If you want to eat it a little sooner, you can gently press it to help it along, but it's really just for quicker preparation, not for storage. So just keep that in mind. After preparing it, leave it as is and it will be fine. You can also store it in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks, so it's really convenient. Before eating, just take out as much as you need with chopsticks and enjoy. This pickled cabbage is delicious on its own because of the flavor of the marinade, but if you get tired of eating it as is, you can use it as a substitute for wild vegetables in sandwiches, add it to tuna, or put it in soups or stir-fries. It's very versatile and convenient. This is something that was left overnight. Now, I want to serve it generously on a plate. Visually, it doesn't look all that different, does it? Compared to dairy products, it feels much more natural and gentle. And since it doesn't have any artificial additives, I think it's something you can eat with peace of mind. It feels even lighter than coleslaw, so I really think you could enjoy it just as it is. And with that, our simple cabbage dish is complete. This is the simple cabbage I made this morning. I'd like to try tasting it now. Sorry for eating it while standing. Since it's cabbage without any bitterness, at first glance it looks just like raw cabbage, but even though it still has its original texture, the flavor has soaked in nicely all the way through. It turned out really well. You can really taste the natural sweetness of the fresh cabbage, and it has a refreshing flavor. There's also a nice hint of tartness. It seems like something you could eat a lot of without getting tired of it. It's perfect to start your meal with a small bowl, and it looks like it would be great for dieting and other health benefits. I think it would go well with various things like meat dishes or even soups. This simple cabbage recipe is great as a topping for grilled dishes, other ingredients, or as a side. Making a batch ahead of time is convenient. I hope you'll try this recipe often, as cabbage is something to treasure even when storing it. Please store it in the refrigerator in a container and it will keep for about 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Well then, I hope to see you again in another video. Thank you very much for watching.